Hi there, welcome to another edition of Bustanet. My name is Rashidi, and we're back here with the Torino Diaries for FM 16. I'm going to start with these saves so that I can explain how we can set a system up to play the game. I've been using one tactic basically the whole season 4-3-3. I hate this word tactic because I'm actually using a system of play which entails me doing several things. Like I have a DNA in my club. I'll just show you my squad list and what I mean by that. Okay, this is my club DNA. When I decide on who I want in my side to be playing the game, I look at things like, okay, you guys all have to have like first touch of 12. So, yeah, if you don't have first touch of 12, you better have something else in your toolkit for you to be playing for me. And if you look down the list, people who got 9 and 10, you won't see them starting a lot of games. Then we have passing, tackling. Tackling is actually, I wouldn't put it, I mean, for me, it's first touch, composure, OTB, teamwork, defense, decisions, and acceleration and pace. So this is my club DNA. I choose my players based on this. I've loved first touch since God knows how long. I mean, I think this, for my style of play, first touch is, that's it. You don't have first touch, you don't play for me. Okay, so this is what I mean by my club DNA. Then I look at these players, I select players based on this. I choose my system of play and I set it up with the whole goal of keeping possession or moving the ball around comfortably. If a player doesn't have good first touch, he's going to lose control of the ball. And I don't like to see that. And that's like a waste of time then. If you set up a tactic and you find that halfway through the season you're not playing well, then you need to start looking at stuff. So when I have a club DNA, I can actually rule out attributes because I have these set of attributes, so I know that they're not the attributes. Then I start looking at things like what are the other things that could be preventing them from not playing the game really well. Okay, so let's look at Vasil Prima, for example. Now, if I were to look at this player and I go like, yeah, he looks great. He's got tackling of 15. Let's look at the typical stats, right? So he's got heading of 12, not that great in the air. Jumping reach is now 13. That's like, okay, he's not that great in the air. Then you go like, okay, fine, yeah, but he makes okay. But look at, there are certain attributes here that just aren't impressive. His determination is 5. When the shit hits the fan and the chips are down, this guy is not going to be the one leading the charge and saying, guys, let's get back into the game. This is the one of those guys who's just going to give up. So determination is really low. So I don't like this in statistic, but I've got really no choice. He's played 8 matches for me thus far. His rating's only 6.92, and I don't think he's that good a player. Other than that, I'm looking at things like for a defender aggression, I need a defender to have some aggression. If he doesn't have a lot of aggression, then he might not want to do a bone crunching tackle. I'm not advocating breaking legs, but I do advocate making your tackles count. What about leadership is like 6? I don't really care for that for defenders, but things like that, like low aggression and his what was the other thing I talked about? His determination. Yeah, these two things, they will affect him. And then you look at hitting. Okay, he's just average. Now, what about one of my favorite players at the moment? He's injured, so, or he's not. He's just coming back. Here we got Benassi. Why do I like this player so much? He's he's like above average in my team, so that says one thing. Secondly, he's playing in this position here in the central midfield, and sometimes he plays as an attacking playmaker. So what do I look for? I look at his passing. Wow, he's got 14 for passing. Then I look at his tackling. Oh my goodness, he's got 14 for tackling. He's like the complete package. Then I look at decisions. 13, not bad. Pretty decent. Concentration, 13. That's not bad too. And he's got first touch of 12. So all around, he's actually a very good player. And then knock in his vision. He's got 13. Teamwork. He's always going to be putting the interests of the team ahead of himself. This is actually a pretty interesting attribute. Teamwork affects how your they say your teamwork is important because you want to work together as a team. This influences how he reacts when a teammate is in trouble, or a teammate needs cover, or a teammate needs support. He will probably forego his own instructions just to do that. So that teamwork can be quite important. Then finally, because he's playing as an attacking playmaker, he's got agility. I mean, he's got good balance, so he's going to be good on the ball. He's got decent dribbling. We don't expect him to be the greatest, but look at his acceleration. It's 15. Assume that he is about to receive a ball and he's got a defender really close to him. All right. What this means is that he can turn the defender and then just accelerate past him to play a pass. Now, that is something that I like to see. Furthermore, he's got 14 for off the ball, which means that he's always going to find pockets of space. And with his decisions at 13, he's usually going to make the right decision to be in the right place. The only downside with him is he's only fairly professional. Well, yeah, okay, so it's not a game breaker. And he's only got one preferred move. He runs with the ball rarely, and I have not bothered with training PPMs a lot this season. So this is what I mean by club DNA. If you know what your club DNA is, then you actually have a pretty good idea what you can do on the pitch. I will set these guys up to be my engine room. Aqua, well, he's going to be playing as a typical defensive midfielder. So when I have my club DNA, then when I play players in, I fit them in very quickly into a system. And that's what I advocate people do. What I hope people start doing a bit more of is that they start planning ahead for the whole season. I have been planning this since the season started. I looked at my club DNA and decided, okay, you guys, you fit into my plan. The rest of you, you don't fit into my plan. How did I decide it? I know that I want to play a short passing game at the back. I know I want to play direct passing in front. And I know I need to hit them with pace because we are an average side. And I need my midfield to be hardworking with players who are willing to work as a team. Once I had identified that as my style of play, I then after that looked at my club DNA. Who would fit into that profile? I quickly found a whole bunch of players staying at about 11 and 12. Now, I know as well that my team isn't that good. So immediately I started working on things like let's improve first touch, let's improve composure, and let's improve certain attributes like pace and acceleration in players who don't have them. And that's how my training got set up. There are two ways you can do training. You can either go psycho, like me, which means you're gonna micromanage like crazy. Every 2 or 3 months, you're gonna be looking at this. You're gonna look at the date here, and you're gonna try and make sure that you don't miss a cycle for you to rotate your focus. Like my focus in general training is now attacking. So I'm trying to get a balance here. I still got one more cycle left. By then I'll have 3 parts like this quite equal, which means that they are focusing on things like tactics, attacking, and ball control. But there's a big risk. If you miss one cycle, you might screw things up. The other approach is to go balance. If you go balance, that's a lot easier. Trust me, you don't make so many mistakes. In fact, I might even go balance next season because there's too much micromanagement here. So whenever you want to create a super system, do several things first. 1, decide what your club DNA is. 2, play a preferred system, a system that you know. In this case, I only have one 4-3-3 system. I got Defiant here, and I haven't even used this 4-1-4-1 that I created in preseason. I haven't even turned to it in a single game. All I've done is play these 2 systems, and IX only happened because of somebody on the forums. Otherwise, I would have, carried on stuck on this system, which is actually a throwback to FM15. Now, once you've done all this, then you start looking at things in a game like what I covered in the last few videos, which I will do again today, which is looking at the defensive line. So I hope this brief intro helped. And now let's pick up where we left off with Torino. Torino, as we all know, beat Juventus last week at Turin. It was a fantastic game. I love this game because we have finally stamped our credentials as potential title contenders. I say potential because I never expected us to be in this position. In case you missed that show, Sami Khedira was sent off early in the 37th minute, which worked in our favor. And although we didn't have very much in terms of possession, which is 46%, we still managed to give as good as we got. We scored an early goal through Josef Martinez. Brilliant cross from Pritchik. Found him. He went between the two defenders to score. It was a great game. And now we have another game against Fiorentina at home. We finally negotiated our way past Roma, Milan, and Juventus. And we beat all three of them by a solitary goal 1-0, 1-0, 1-0. What I'm especially thrilled about is the fact that we have kept clean sheets in 7 straight games. 8 if you don't count Atalanta. So that's actually shows that my team might be coming together, or all things can go, pear shaped in the next game. I don't know what happens in FM. So here we go. Let's all get set up for the match against Fiorentina. Okay, here we are. We're about to start the game against Fiorentina. I'm gonna change things around slightly. I'm gonna play a control strategy against them. Okay, so we expect them to be defensive, so work ball into box. Play shorter passing. And there we go. That's the setup I've got. We'll just change a couple of shouts. Haven't changed the system or the tactic very much. There's one thing I have to check though. I've made Martinez support because I need a bit more link up play, considering the fact that we could be facing a team that is more intent on defending than on attacking, but you never know in FM. There we go. Start the game. Rebic. Good ball out to Blaskowski. Crosses it, but then he picks it up easily enough. Fiorentina doing quite well. So their 4-2-3-1 may look defensive, but they certainly seem to be getting their fair share of possession. Ilic to Rossi. Back to Badelj. Okay, so behind our lines, defenders do well enough to close that one down, but Gilberto is able to get inside the box. That's offside. Come on, ref. No, it's not. Rebic was onside. Fantastic goal. What a start. Okay, we're going attacking. Okay, that was really bad defending. So make a few changes to the shouts. We're gonna increase the tempo, go more direct. Okay, let's go, boys. Fiorentina have come out and spoiled my celebration. Silva, nicely. Benassi, can you control the ball and do something with it? Belotti will pick it up. Belotti, you've got lots of support. Alejandro, what can you do? Out wide to Bruno Perez. Perez, put it in. Thank you. Belotti scores the equalizer. What a response. That was a response. Ooh, I love that sequence of play. Good response from the side. Our two defenders, like I said, Prima isn't my ideal central defender. Can't wait to offload him because look at his stats. We've scored a goal and his stats aren't going up, they're actually coming down. They went from 6.3 to 6.2. He's having a bad game and I don't really have a lot of defenders to choose from. Belotti. Oh yes, nice movement. Alejandro. Oh, too early. Just hoping that Belotti would actually be running, continue his run. But that was really nice to watch. Again, that's the direct passing I set up in midfield. All right, now I'm going to look at my defensive line. Am I too high? Not so bad. Okay, so the player, they did run with their faces to goal and Blaskowski scores. This is turning to be quite a crazy match. 2-1 before the end of the first half. Yeah, you can see this. Okay, my players running back. Then earlier, not this sequence will not tell you about my defensive line, but the previous one will. Okay, so what we're gonna do is make one slight adjustment to the defensive line at halftime. Slightly deeper. I know I'm playing attacking with a crazy defensive line, but let's see if it works. I think it should. So what I've done is I made my defensive line slightly deeper. I don't like losing. Yeah, okay, so time to give my team a shelling. Where's your passion, lads? Don't you want to win? Or at least walk away with a draw. Okay, so I made my defensive line slightly deeper. It should be fine. Oh no, that pass was picked up. Baselli, come on. Alright, Martinez, you're not having a good game, but neither is Priyama, neither is half my team. Okay, so who do I take off? This is a time when I actually need another central defender, but this guy, he's like, he's only there to make up the numbers. I need to flip the attribute numbers, make one change. Alright, Manial, you come in for Josep Martinez. Let's make one change. I would rather change Wasil Prima, but I don't have another central defender. Pascual Rodriguez. Oh no, Blaskowski again. Oh, he finds low. What a cross. Come on, Bruno Perez saves us. We've still got about 30 minutes left in this game. Half an hour to turn things around. Prima long boot out. Doesn't do anything with that. That's why I don't want to play mix from the back. It was a big risk. Blaskowski keeps possession, gives it back to Gilberto Baldelgi, Matty Fernandez, back kick. This is when the 4-3-1 is very punishing. Oh no, it's not offside. What a pass! Oh, 77-31. Oh my goodness, what can I do? What can I do? I don't know what to do. Gaston Silva 6.2. Defenders are getting a bit better now. Okay. Bucket, you handle the ball. I saw you use your hands. Yes, ref. I saw it all the way. But Elge, Marty Fernandez. Oh, you idiot. Blaskowski. Ah, yes. Rossi tries again. Pascal Spadelli picks the loose ball up. This is not looking good. We are on our way to our first defeat of the season. Pucciarelli. No, Benassi does not want to believe that. He gives the ball to D'Alejandro. D'Alejandro has a chance. He will support. Come on, beats one player, places across to Belotti. Belotti equalizes. Oh, I should not give up on my own team. Torino have equalized. I don't believe this. I was actually talking like we were going to lose the game. Oh, D'Alejandro crossing Belotti. Beauty. We're not playing very well at all, but what can I do? I could do something and get more defenders. Marco D'Alejandro, 58%, 9.0, is having a blinder of a game. Pascual, that should be it. Full time to all. Thank you very much. We have managed to continue our unbeaten streak in the Serie A. It was it was really a shocking performance from my defenders. My two defenders played so badly in this game. Well, you almost saw me lose this game. I hope you have enjoyed this edition of Westernet. The whole idea was to talk about the SuperSystem, and as you can see, there will be times when, you might even not know what to do, and that just happened to me. And you heard the anguish in my voice as we were a goal down. You heard it all. You know it happens. So there's no magic pill that's going to make your team suddenly play like champions or giants. Sometimes shit happens, and in our case, it did. I know where that problem lies. It's this guy, Prima. Okay, he's not that good. And Silva is not that good either. So I've got to work on getting some more players in the off season. I hope that at the start of the show, when I talked about the club DNA and how you can set up a super system, I hope that helped. And if you have any questions, you know where you can find me. You can always drop me a note on the comment section of this YouTube channel. You can also find me at addicted2fm.com. And if those two don't work, you can always send me a message on Twitter. And finally, even if that doesn't work, you can even hunt me down on the SI forums. My name is Rashidi, and I will catch you guys again very soon. Good night.